Hi, this is Curt and welcome to another edition of Fire Law Roundup.
San Francisco, my God. So the understandably, prior to the release, you appropriately point out, prior to the actual release of the decision on, reversing Roe v. Wade, although as everybody knows, everybody had read what they believed the decision was going to be because of the leak out of the Supreme Court, which I never believed really happened. My wife says, "Hey, did you just hear the Supreme Court, a decision got released?" I said, "Never going to happen. You're totally wrong. Not true." In that event, they go to a hockey game? And
basketball
game.
NBA playoffs.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh,
there's no New York team there. That's why you don't care.
No, I know.
You don't
Otherwise,
care about the Celtics or the Warriors. No.
Yeah, no. But she goes down on the court, which should have cost her $25,000, right? For these anyway. But she goes down to the court and she engages in what she claims civil disobedience. Let's assume that's all true. And she's screaming, about with some other people, I think, screaming that it's unfair, etc. She's fine, civil disobedience, and frankly, I'm all for it because it doesn't involve burning anything down. So what's alleged, right? And we got to be really clear what's alleged, unless some body camera comes out or whatever. But allegedly, a police officer is saying, "You calm down, or we're gonna, make you calm down." Paramedics get here for, I have no idea what reason, right? This did the police call the paramedics? I don't think they're police / paramedics, is my guess. Like in Nassau County, New York, they have police who are paramedics, but I'm guessing they're not police paramedics. So they apparently, for no reason whatsoever, call the paramedics. And we just did a radio show on this, so you might as well link back to that. And they allegedly, I don't know whether it's Haldol, Valium, whatever it is, they allegedly sedate her.
Not ketamine.
Yeah, God, hope not. But they allegedly sedate her against her will. She has no medical condition. She's not a patient by any means, right? Unless we're missing something. But her allegations are they just inject her to sedate her to calm her down. That is a serious violation of just Fourth Amendment, First Amendment, so many things. So if this is true, the police officer is going to jail. I mean,
maybe the medics as well.
Well, whoever did it, right? Whoever actually administered, I think you're going to jail. Forget the civil suit. I think it's criminal. It's assault. You can't. I can't even imagine this.
I got to believe there's more to it, because according to the complaint, all she did was she just said, overturn Roe, hell no. That's apparently all she said. She just kept saying that. And the next thing you know, they're wrestling with her, they're restraining her. Well, if that's all you're saying, why, overturn Roe, hell no. If that's all you're doing, why would somebody want to wrestle with you?
Right. Here's the one thing I'm pretty sure
why would they need to sedate you if that's all you're doing? So I think there's a little more to the story, but who knows?
There's got to be 400 million videos of this thing, right? The NBA playoffs, everybody's got a phone. The entire place is on, right? And she went down to the court.
My mind went in a different direction on this one, because the first question I had was, is the Chase Center a publicly owned facility or is it privately owned? Because you have a right to express your opinion and protest, but you can't come in my living room and do it. You got to do it in a public place. And just because the public is invited to a place doesn't mean it's the same as a public place such as town hall or the city square, or wherever else people are allowed to express their First Amendment rights. When you come into my house or my office, you don't have any First Amendment. I don't have to honor your First Amendment rights.
This was a ticket holder event. Right.
So
you've got a ticket holder event, which kind of leans away from, some would argue, well, that's what makes it public. I don't. Right. That's what makes you able to be regulated in area. And look, on the back of the ticket or somewhere else, it may refer to rules, but you don't get to walk wherever you want. You can't just walk in the middle of the court.
Yeah, well, if it's government owned, I think she's got a stronger leg to stand on when it comes to the First Amendment part of it. But if it's if it's privately owned, you know, you don't have the right to go into somebody's, you know, private business, private property, and no matter how righteous your protest is, you still don't have a right to, you know.
Now, all of that said, that doesn't give the police the right or a paramedic the right to
or me.
you.
I can't physically assault you.
Right.
You know, that's right. I can call the police, and then they can do what they need to do to, you know, based on what's happening.
They can arrest you. They certainly can't sedate
you. Certainly for trespassing, yeah.
So, you know, and if this is true, this will go back to something we talked about, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or whatever, when, you know, paramedics and firefighters put themselves in a bad position when they want to befriend the police. Oh, yeah, I'm going to befriend the cop and do whatever he says, like inject you because the cop told me to. If you, Mr. Paramedic, Mr. or Mrs. Paramedic, think you're off the hook because a cop asks or tells you to do it, no, they do not control what you do with that needle.
Well, I just ran my data, and you and I haven't talked about this, but I just ran my data again. I'm going to be doing a class for Firehouse Expo in September, and I try to analyze the data and look at trends and stuff. And big uptick in the last 12 to 18 months on firefighters on police assist type calls being sued. And it went from something that was very, very negligible to a substantial number of firefighters being sued. We also have that criminal case that we talked about. I believe it's Aurora, Colorado, where firefighters are facing manslaughter charges for injecting an unruly police person that was apprehended with ketamine. And that's not the only ketamine suit. So there's definitely an uptick in fire departments being sued and firefighters being sued on police assist type calls.
And I'm all for the firefighters wanting to work with the police as we should. It better than the alternative.
In the other room, my son. So
yeah, oh, there you go.
You know,
right.
So,
but let's, you know, this is a little different. Don't let a bad cop make you a bad firefighter, or vice versa. You know, so